So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 34. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. He gets loose down the right side. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd and 9. This throw is caught. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Kate, you know this. All those amazing essays you wrote at Cal, that start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A give now from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's McCarthy to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll try and punch it in. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit. New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll run here on first down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 13. Catch is made. It's Jalen Hyatt. Decent gain here, but short of the first. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They still have 5 to go here. 3rd down. He'll throw it. Finds Laporta. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They'll throw it. He lobs it deep middle. He's got it inside the 10. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Quick throw left side, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's McCarthy. He's throwing deep to the left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Lions get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and 13. Completed to his running back. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
It's a dive look by the Vikings. 3rd down coming.
Let's go. 18 back.
Looking for a throw here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. Begins his return at the 16. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to get the Vikings the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. We'll have him gain about a handful there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Working quickly here. From the 40 on 2nd down. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. McCarthy operating from the pistol. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Lions get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. It's the Lions facing 2nd and 5. From the 29. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, they'll run. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Another carry for him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. They're running. The Lions will add to their lead at the end of the half. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
They're on the 30-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On play action now, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Vikings 7.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Able to find Hawkinson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the gun on 3rd down. Got Williams, and it's complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. He finds Laporta. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Blown back gets the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They give it to him again. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. It'll be a field goal try from Joey Sly. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. From the shotgun, McCarthy has the connection to Hawkinson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's McCarthy, first and 10. Just wants to Hawkinson outright. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Hits his running back. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set, first and 10. Running back sent in motion left. They'll throw on first. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And now they face second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the Lions the first. the well again. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
He's going deep this time. He intercepts the pass. And the Vikings take over as he records his 10th career INT.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
When we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. This, our last play of the quarter. Now a give on the counter. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's live. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back-to-back carries here. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Give a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running this one left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Here's 2nd and 14. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go. Hurry, 70.
Now looking to throw. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
The Lions readying for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
This one goes off right tackle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense up to the line fast.
It's the loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He lets a heater go deep. Big game downfield. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11.
Lions 24. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. He's going to lob one deep down the left side. Big shot is hauled in. Peter inbounds. Oh, what a play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 60 yards. And the Lions first down.
From the red zone now. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
To the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go now.
Throwing from the gun here. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
First and 10 from the 41. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Vikings with a 5-point lead. First and 10 from the 41. They'll run here from the gun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Hopkinson reels it in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. He's back to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. Now elsewhere on the return, there's an injured player in need of some attention, which he will get as trainers head his way. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space. Space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Setting up to pass. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Wow, wide open here, complete. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I know they may have wanted to throw that pass a little bit sooner, but I'll tell you what, that receiver's ability to navigate his way across the entire field really set up the space he needed to complete the huge gain.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Working inside the red zone. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now the offense is going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Back at 60. Let's go now. Hurry, 70. 19, Lions. Take over.
Trying again following the sack. Caught near the pylon. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the one. They rip off a big chunk of feet. Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Gotta figure out this third down here. To throw. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year.